Okay, welcome everybody to the regular meeting of Bedford City Council of June 7th, 2021. And we'll call the meeting to order. And if you would please rise and join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America
and to the republic
for which it stands,
one nation,
under God,
indivisible, with liberty and justice
for all.
Thank you. Clerk, call the roll, please.
Mezak,
Here.
Asbury.
Here.
Cochi,
Here.
Spinks. Here. Janutus.
Here.
Fluharty.
Here.
Council, you have the minutes of the work session of May 17th, 2021. Any corrections to that? Seeing none, can I have a motion for acceptance? By Spinks, second by Asbury. Clerk, call the roll, please.
Mezak,
Yes.
Asbury,
Yes.
Cochi,
Yes.
Spinks.
Yes.
Janutus.
Yes.
Fluharty.
Yes.
And Council, you have the minutes of the regular meeting of May 17th, 2021. Any corrections to that? Seeing none, can I have a motion for acceptance by Mezak, second by Fluharty? Clerk, call the roll, please.
Mezak,
Yes.
Asbury,
Yes.
Cochi,
Yes.
Spinks.
Yes.
Janutus.
Yes.
Fluharty.
Yes.
And under old business, we have resolution number 2565-21. Let me get it out here. A tax resolution approving and accepting the proposed 2020 tax budget for the year January 1st, 2022 to December 31st, 2022, and declaring an emergency. Can I have a motion for acceptance? By Spinks, second by Asbury. Before we vote, Frank, any comment?
Go ahead, Jennifer.
Jennifer?
Second reading of the tax budget for 2021 for the year of 2022. We had a first hearing on May 17th and then a public hearing this evening at 7 p.m. And there is three main purposes for this tax budget. It allows the county auditor to set a property tax rate for next year. It's still 21.7 as it's been since 2009. So the only change there would be anything in the valuation of the homes. Another reason for the tax budget is so the city of Bedford will receive the local government funds from the state and the county. It also allows the county auditor to provide the city of Bedford with a certificate of estimated resources. And this limits the amount of money council can appropriate for the year 2022. So this budget does not appropriate any money for the coming year, but it does set the revenue base to pay for expenditures, in which we will start reviewing that in August and passing in December.
All right, thank you. Any questions? Tracy, did I just do the suspension? We got to vote on that, right?
Yeah, you have to vote on that. You
Yep.
you got to do that.
Yep, call the roll.
Mezak,
Yes.
Asbury,
Yes.
Cochi,
Yes.
Spinks.
Yes.
Janutus.
Yes.
Fluharty.
Yes.
And motion for third and final by Mezak, second by Asbury. We heard the explanation. Clerk, call the roll, please.
Mezak,
Yes.
Asbury,
Yes.
Cochi,
Yes.
Spinks.
Yes.
Janutus.
Yes.
Fluharty.
Yes.
Ordinance number 9876-21. An ordinance authorizing the city manager to execute a contract with IAM GIS Group LLC for asset management software and services for the community's public water and sewer infrastructure and declaring an emergency. And I have a motion for suspension by Asbury, second by Spinks. Clerk, call the roll, please.
Mezak,
Yes.
Asbury,
Yes.
Cochi,
Yes.
Spinks,
Yes.
Janudis,
Yes.
Fluharty.
Yes.
A motion for third and final by Fluharty, second by Mezak. Mike?
Thank you, Mayor. As mentioned at the last meeting, we started implementing our asset management and contracted with a smaller company to start our GIS project in 2018. Our staff have done a terrific job, specifically the water department, in mapping all of those assets. We're to the point now where we're ready to kind of expand on that system. And we started looking and obtaining different quotes for a soft asset management software, GIS system, which will allow us to do just that. And we came to the IAM GIS group. Couple things about that is, one, there's unlimited users, which means multiple departments can utilize the system. Not only would it be for water, wastewater, service can utilize it, police, fire, many of our other departments can build this system out. It is not proprietary. We own all of the data. And thus, if in 3 years from now, we want to move to another one or expand further, we can take that data and do so. And thus, it's our recommendation we move forward with this asset management software for our GIS system, our internal GIS system.
Any questions for Mike? Seeing none, clerk, call the roll, please.
Mezak,
Yes.
Asbury,
Yes.
Cochi,
Yes.
Spinks,
Yes.
Janudis,
Yes.
Fluharty.
Yes.
Before we get into the reports, I just want to reiterate our summer schedule for council meetings. There was an inquiry about when we were going to start open meetings, and it was decided by council at our last meeting that we would still do Zoom meetings for June, July, and August, and open them up in September. One of the reasons we only have one meeting, so it'd be a little easier. Second, with everything opening up on June 2nd, we felt June especially was too early to open up the meeting until we get some feedback on what's happening in the public, whether there's going to be a spike in COVID cases or not. And then we would evaluate it in July and August, that if things were going smoothly, we could start our meetings then. And if not, we will wait till September and see if things calm down. I'm hoping that nothing's really going to go too horribly wrong, but we don't know. So that's why we're holding off on the open meetings until September. Again, it could change if everything's looking really safe out there. So I just wanted to get that out there and start with our reports. Mr. City Manager.
Thank you, Mayor. I have a number of items I want to go through here tonight. First, I wanted to pass along, if you're interested in volunteering, please reach out to Meals on Wheels. They are looking for volunteers. Great organization. It's great to help the public. That information, I believe, can be found on our website, or you can contact our offices and we can put you in touch with the individuals running that organization. So again, Meals on Wheels, seeking volunteers if you're interested. Just want to kind of pass on some information. Our fire department over the last few weeks we've been working through our regular training, park rescue training down near Bedford Glens area, Viaduct Park. And in addition, if you haven't followed, we've posted, the fire department did a great job posting a safety video. It was shared on our social media outlets and on our website. And it basically highlights the dangers of entering the water down there. It's unfortunate. We find ourselves down there yearly, primarily rescue operations. It is extremely dangerous. So please, adhere to those warnings, adhere to the Metro Park signage in the area, and be safe. I want to mention that our motorcycle unit has been out with the warmer weather and things improving as far as the climate, and we are working to that unit specifically targeting traffic enforcement. So I wanted to share that. Also, we spoke to the owners, out-of-state owners of a large facility that has been vacant for some years over at 232 Forbes. It was the owner's interest to market that facility and sell it. But after discussing with numerous individuals and agencies, it appears their best option is to demolish that facility. So we'll be working with them. They will be looking to demolish that building later this summer. And it will lead to land that'll be marketable for new construction. So that'll be a good thing. And we'll keep the public updated on that progress. Our road program is underway. The 2021 street program, we gave Vondra Brothers the notice to proceed last week. They started on Deborah and Bell. They did some saw cutting to start the concrete work on Egbert Road, as well as Edgewood. Edgewood's going to be a little more challenging, and I urge the public to, there will be some detour signs. There will be some one-way roads specifically coming up Edgewood to West Grace. So please follow the signage available, and we'll get that moving along as quickly as possible. It'll specifically be challenging on Edgewood when there's train traffic. So the sooner we can get to that, the sooner we can wrap the project up, but they are underway. And they're moving along on the Ellenwood water line as well. That project is nearing the end. We finished some valve replacements for the line that feeds the municipal pool. So resurfacing is pretty much all that we have left. Speaking of the municipal pool, we are scheduled to open on June 16th. Any information, please visit our website, follow us on social media, and follow the Parks and Recreation Department on social media as well. We did have some information out there for employment opportunities within the department. So if you're still looking for some seasonal work, please contact the staff for those opportunities. I spoke about some of the infrastructure projects, and one of those is Union Street. We have been communicating with Cuyahoga County, and the tentative schedule is they'll be looking to bid this project later this summer, and ultimately performing the work, awarding the project in construction late summer, early fall. But it's our commitment, and they're committed to seeing this project and that roadway get resurfaced in 2021. If anything changes, we will update everyone on that, but it's looking like a late summer, early fall construction, which timing wise will be positive for us because we're in the area now working on Egbert Road and that bridge. So it allows us time to finish that project and get out of the immediate area. We spoke briefly during our work session about train traffic, specifically the train stopping and parking at the crossings. I just wanted to share with the public that we have been in communication with a number of individuals with Norfolk Southern. We've had a great communication with the management team at the Intermodal in Maple Heights, and the train master, which is his technical title. He did express his understanding for it, and they were going to work with their dispatch centers to try to remediate that. We are looking internally at some other options, but I wanted the public to know that Those trains stopping at the tracks for 30, 40, 50 minutes obviously is not acceptable to any of us, and we are working to try to resolve that. I want to also mention that we did put in for a portion of a grant that we applied for a few years ago. We were recently notified through DOPWIC, which is through OPWC, that the city will be eligible for a substantial amount of money for some infrastructure repairs, sewer repairs, and a small portion of our capital that we're investing on Union. The reason why I bring this up, the DOPWIC committee is going to be meeting later this month to review our request. And we had to adjust that request, being that Cuyahoga County is now paying for the majority of Union Street. They're going to be voting to approve our, it's about $320,000 is what we're seeking. And that basically covers our portion of the resurfacing and $200,000 in sewer repairs. The reason this is important is if we're able to secure this funding, we will look to council to possibly amend our road program to include another street or two. We will not know that until later in June, but we are going after every funding opportunity that we can. And if we can secure grant money or zero interest loans, it frees up our capital to do some other streets. So we are looking at that. Stay tuned. We should have an answer by our July meeting. And I also want to pass along that since our last meeting, we have been in constant communication with various event organizers, be it the Rotary Club, the Historical Society, the Cleveland Pagan Pride, as well as Shadow of the Run, who are really working to plan events downtown this summer, as well as BDA. I know BDA had First Friday last week. We're starting to see these event organizers put some things together for later this year. So stay tuned. We are going to have a calendar of events that we are going to release in the near future, highlighting some of these events. And I also wanted to mention that the city is also looking to plan additional entertainment on the square. That entertainment will include a movie night on the Commons, as well as music, bands on our Wednesday evenings throughout the summer. And again, not to get into the details because we're still working through that, but stay tuned and we will have some things coming out shortly with our calendar. End of report.
Thank you. Law Director, Mr. Montello.
Thank you, Mayor. I have no report other than to confirm what the city manager has said in his report. End of report.
Okay, thank you. And Finance Director, Mr. Gambosi.
Yes, just like to note that the auditors are finishing up their 2020 audit. That includes also all our federal grants that had to be reviewed through and audited through our federal single audit requirement. Also, just like Mike said, just like to reiterate, from July 23rd to 25th, we're starting the procedures and starting everything to get together. So for the Bedford Rotary Club is a welcome back festival. So we'll be looking for beer tasting, ribs. We're hoping to put as much possible as we can together in that short period of time. Again, July 23rd to 25th, to start moving on that wonderful event. The end of my report.
Thank you. And Council, Mrs. Mezek.
Thank you, Mayor. Welcome, everybody. Good evening. It's nice to see everybody again, and it was just wonderful to see everyone, and I do mean everyone, at our Memorial Day parade. It was, and it will always be a solemn event, but the turnout was very well attended, and everything was done to perfection. We had a little problem with one of our older soldiers, but our men from the fire department were there for him right away and took care of the situation. And the day went on, and I hope everybody enjoyed their Memorial Day weekend. I do have a couple questions for the city manager, and then I have a couple other things to say too. And it wouldn't be me if I didn't say something, so I am. I need an update on Big and Little, please. And also the train club, what is Ellenwood going to do? Are they still going to be there, or the train club at the Ellenwood Recreation Center? Did they move out, or are they still there?
No, their equipment and their stuff was still in the building. I know the
Okay.
director was communicating with them as far as what their plans were.
Okay. Because I don't know a couple of people that want to come to the meetings and get involved again too. And I thought I'd inquire for them. And as far as Big and Little, is it a new build, new owners, or are they available for to be reoccupied, or?
Yeah,
What's
it's new.
going on?
It's new owners, and they're going to be opening shortly.
Okay, thank you. My other comments were our condolences to the Bender family on the passing of Garnett, which is Mrs. Bender, because the Benders used to be dedicated people to being at every council meeting that I can think of that they could make. And they have been in Bedford for a very long time. Mr. Bender has moved on since the passing of his wife. The family's getting the house prepared, probably for sale, but he is in a nursing home in Stowe at the present time. And Dick, if you watch us, or if you know anybody that can pass a hello to him, we're sending our greetings to him. He's a super guy. And excuse me, as far as the COVID vaccine goes, there's still a lot of free vaccine available at our local drug mart. I noticed, and I've talked to a few people from the drug mart office, they've taken on a big task of offering themselves to be there for the people of our state in areas that they service for the COVID vaccine 19 shots to still be given, and be there to help them if they need anything else for any medical reasons at all. That's it. End of my report, and thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Asbury.
Thank you, Mayor. Just wanted to mention a couple things. Our Community Shred Day is this coming Saturday, the 12th, from 9 to 12 at City Hall. Anything that you want to be shred, please have it in your trunk. Our wonderful volunteers will grab it from your trunk and take it to the van or wherever they store the shred, where they shred the documents. So this way we can avoid contact. So that's Saturday from 9 to noon. Chipper service is this week. I misspoke at last meeting. I thought it was prior week, but it is this week starting June 7th. Make sure you call service to be put on the list, 440-735-6583. As Mike had mentioned, first Friday we had last Friday, it went really well, and we honored our hometown heroes, police, fire, teachers, service department, and UH. Very well attended. The next first Friday is Friday, July 2nd, and the theme is Party in the USA. So we're going to be celebrating America's birthday. So please join us Friday, July 2nd, 6 to 8 p.m. downtown. I would like to pass along a little bit of sad news. Condolences to Walton Hills Police Department and their community. Their canine Arrow passed away last week. Arrow served the community as a canine officer for 12 years. Sadly, one day after being officially retired, he passed away. So condolences to Walton Hills Police Department, the family, the community, and rest in peace, boy. You did a good job. And a report.
Thank you. Mrs. Spinks.
Good evening, everybody. Hope finding everybody well. Yesterday was a National Cancer Survivor Day, which I'm blessed enough to be one myself. My husband recently has gone through, and then cancer is gone. He recently went through stem cell transplant, so he's going through the rough part right now. I just want to a big shout out to my church and my residents and family and friends for being my backbone, because being a caretaker can be real tough. But thank you for the residents and my church for all the lovely cards. It's really brightened up Bob's hospital stay, and I appreciate the funny ones, because if anybody knows my Bob, they know he likes the funny ones. So just a congratulations to the people that have survived, that are cancer survivors. And I apologize that I was not at the Memorial Day parade. My husband, after he gets home from the hospital, he will be in a 100 days of quarantine. So if you don't see me at some of the things, this is the reason why I'm protecting my husband. But again, I appreciate it. Also, condolences to the Bender family. Garnet was a wonderful lady. I was sad to hear of her passing. Every time I passed the house, I'm wondering how they were doing. So I know that was in February. Also, just would like to congratulate all the high school and college graduates. I know there was a lot of parties this weekend, a lot of graduations going on still. Kudos, because the year was a very trying year for all these graduates, and very proud of them for doing that. A reminder to residents, please do not blow your grass cuttings in the street. If you have a landscaping service, please remind them. I got out this weekend and saw a couple of landscapers, so just friendly reminder for them to not do that, because it's not real good for our sewer system to do that. And I'm trying to see if I have anything else. And no parking on your lawn, please. That destroys your grass. End of report.
Thank you. Mr. Janutus.
Thank you. Well, this one is a good one for Paula, because she really got me with the National Squirrel Day a while back. Well, here's some news. What was thought to be an otter was sighted on Wellman Street. So,
That was an otter?
well, the general consensus was that it was likely a mink, which is an interesting addition to the animals that we have around here. I saw a mink the other day catching a fish in the Chagrin River, so there's no reason why there can't be minks around in Bedford naturally. And but I feel so lucky and enriched by all the nature that we have for our communion and for my whole lifetime here living on Wellman Street. One thing I've learned is it's best not to feed them. That is a mistake, and I've been guilty of that in the past myself. And until I knew better, that's not the thing to do. I don't know who could have inspired me to sweep the sidewalks and pick up cigarette butts in the downtown, except Heather Rhodes, former council member, and she was really instrumental in the Bedford Downtown Alliance, and now Jeffrey Asbury is, and I think it's really a wonderful thing, and other people are getting involved too. So that's a big thing. There's always a big call for volunteering, and there's many opportunities for volunteering. This time I was inspired by Sandy Spinks, because if you recall, she mentioned doing something special for Earth Day and things that we could do, and I thought, well, what can I do? And we usually go in the woods and pick up trash along the creek in my backyard, and but this year I thought, you know what? Why am I doing it in the woods? I'll just go and pick up trash in my neighborhood. So I finally completed my personal project of picking up all the trash in Ward 2, and it took a long time. There's a lot of streets in Ward 2, but it was nice getting out and talking to people, whatnot, and finding out that other people do that also. I always think that the best way to keep people from throwing trash is to keep the trash picked up, because, you know, once there's places where there's trash, people just throw more trash. And, you know, if you keep it picked up, and, you know, I'm calling on all residents to, you know, even though I know you didn't throw the trash out, I know you didn't empty the, you know, the thing in the street, but it's really a good thing to do, because it's really an eyesore in our city, and it's really no one else's responsibility. And the people that throw trash out their window, you're not going to change them. They're just going to keep throwing it out, and it's just the way it is. And so, yeah, it made me think a lot about being a kid and throwing candy wrappers out. I don't know what kid would eat a candy wrapper after school and then put the sticky wrapper in his book bag and carry it home. It's a lot to think someone would do. So I was really delighted to find out that our city manager is arranging to get some more, to look for, find funding, which I think that it happened, to get some more trash receptacles. And I think that's really, really good thing. And I'm really appreciative of that. So let's see. Okay, well, that's the end of my report. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Fluharty.
Thank you, Mayor. Mike talked about a little bit about the Meals on Wheels. That was a big thing I was going to bring up first. We do need volunteers. We now delivering every day again. We used to, with this pandemic, we only was doing it once a week. So we didn't need as many people. Now we're back to every day, and we volunteer our time, but you can't do it 5 days a week yourself anymore. So we need your volunteers. So anybody's interested, like Mike said, get hold of us on the website or call one of us council people. Most of us have phone numbers for you. I know the mayor's volunteered on Wednesdays, and we're looking for some more people. And I'll see, Wally raised his hand. Good job, Wally. Come on, call him.
You know what, Vic? I'm out growing the food while you're out delivering the food. So that's what I'm doing for my part.
More excuses. Anyhow, we do need the help, and it's a great opportunity to help people. There's a lot of people that need this food. Put yourself in their place one day. Maybe someday, you know, the way I look at it, somebody might have to deliver food to me. So that's why I volunteer always 2-3 hours worth of my time to try to keep this organization going. And believe me, once you start, you realize how good of an organization it is and how well it is. When, like, I've got to know my people on my route, and they love seeing me. They love talking to me, and everything. It might be the only person they talk to all day. So it's one of the things where that's why she wants to go back to every day. So this way you can keep an eye on these people, because when we were doing it once a week, you don't know what they're doing the other few days. Are they eating? Are they having problems? Whatever. So that's why she said she wanted to get back to daily. And so this way you can keep an eye on these people a little more. But once again, please, if you're able, you're retired, you're not doing nothing for an hour or two of your week, it's really worth the cause. So I just, and also, Mike, while you were talking, I looked at the clock here. It was 8:15. Are you there, Mike? And I heard somebody hit my mailbox. So I had to jump up to see who's in my mailbox. It's a mailman. 8:15. I already got 2 calls on my phone here. It's like, I know I'm going to get calls now. Why is these mail people out here at 8:15 at night? So I don't know if you can call down at the post office, and that's ridiculous. I just, it gets worse and worse with these guys. So that's about it. End of report.
Thank you. I just want to add a couple things. I want to thank the Joint Veterans Council who put on the Memorial Day parade. It's always just such a moving experience with that parade. It's been going on for over 150 years in this town as a solemn parade. No candy, no sirens, no horns, just to give respect to those that have died in protecting our country. It's just such an awesome thing they do every year. And again, to mention Shadow of the Run production, it's pretty neat. If you've been to the other ones, it is professional actors that put on a immersive play where you actually get involved with the play. It's just amazing. I think you can just look up Shadow of the Run and you should get information on it. And also remind council that after our regular meeting, we are going to have to stay and do our executive session because we just happen to have a lot on our plate tonight. So don't go away at the end of the regular meeting. And with that, let's get on with our new business. Ordinance number 9878-21. An ordinance authorizing the city manager enter into an agreement with Light of Hearts Villa and declaring an emergency. I have a motion for suspension by Spink, second by Asbury. Clerk, call the roll, please.
Mezak,
Yes.
Asbury,
Yes.
Cochi,
Yes.
Spinks,
Yes.
Janudis,
Yes.
Fluharty.
Yes.
Motion for third and final by Mezak, second by Janudis. Mike, you want to go in?
Thank you, Mayor. This is our regular contract that we enter into with Light of Hearts to provide social work, specifically the expertise of their social worker. There's many times where members of our staff, be it police, fire, parks and recreation, in working or connecting with members of our community, that if we feel that a social worker could provide further assistance, we connect them to Light of Hearts, and part of this contract, they interact with the members of the community. So we've been doing this for many, many years, very beneficial for the community, and we recommend continuing it.
Thank you. Any questions? Seeing none. Clerk, call the roll, please.
Mezak,
Yes.
Asbury,
Yes.
Cochi,
Yes.
Spinks,
Yes.
Janudis,
Yes.
Fluharty.
Yes.
Ordinance number 9879-21. An ordinance authorizing the city manager to enter into an amended community cost-sharing agreement with the Northeast Ohio Regional Sewer District for the Community Cost Share Program and declaring an emergency. I have a motion for suspension by Asbury, second by Fluharty. Clerk, call the roll, please.
Mezak,
Yes.
Asbury,
Yes.
Cochi,
Yes.
Spinks,
Yes.
Janudis,
Yes.
Fluharty.
Yes.
And motion for third and final by Mezak, second by Janudis. Mike?
Thank you, Mayor. Yes, as the Northeast Ohio Regional Sewer District, they, based on the fees that they collect, they provide a percentage of those fees to the home community for various projects in that community. We only have a few properties that pay into Northeast Ohio Regional Sewer District, primarily those off of Crick Road. So our percentage and obviously the amount of funds that we collect, we usually build it up for a project. And this, we're amending this agreement. We enter into a separate agreement with Cuyahoga County to provide sewer root cutting, cleaning, and televising in some of the areas where we've experienced challenges in the past. This here, we're amending this agreement to utilize the funds that went towards the sewer work that we did on Eldred. Obviously, we had the county out. They spent more time than anticipated given the amount of roots in the area. It's been cleaned, it's been televised, and now we want to amend that agreement with Northeast Ohio to utilize those funds to cover those costs.
Thank you. Any questions? Seeing none, clerk, call the roll, please.
Mezak,
Yes.
Asbury,
Yes.
Cochi,
Yes.
Spinks,
Yes.
Janudis,
Yes.
Fluharty.
Yes.
Ordinance number 9880-21, an ordinance authorizing the finance director to establish and maintain a new fund for the city of Bedford referred to as American Rescue Plan Act Fund and declaring an emergency. I have a motion for suspension by Spinks, second by Fluharty. Clerk, call the roll, please.
Mezak,
Yes.
Asbury,
Yes.
Cochi,
Yes.
Spinks,
Yes.
Janudis,
Yes.
Fluharty.
Yes.
And a motion for third and final by Asbury, second by Janudis.
I'll take that one.
Frank?
Yeah, this fund is being required by the state auditor's office to establish any monies that we get in for the the ARPA funds. And when those do come in, we'll have it in our fund number 217 and account for that separately, just as we did with the CARES Act funds that we had last year. This will be entailed for this year and next year. This fund will be utilized for capital projects and projects that the city has to do in line with that those revenue sources. So I ask council to approve that this evening, as those funds will be coming soon.
Thank you. Questions? Seeing none. Clerk, call the roll, please.
Mezak,
Yes.
Asbury,
Yes.
Janudis, or Cochi,
Yes.
Spinks,
Yes.
Janudis,
Yes.
Fluharty.
Yes.
Ordinance number 9881-21, an ordinance authorizing the city manager to.
Woo!
Okay, and I apologize to everybody out there for the technical difficulties, but it's what happens with these things. We're going to back up and redo ordinance number 9881, which we were in the middle of when all the systems went offline. So ordinance number 9881-21, an ordinance authorizing the city manager to enter into a contract with Allied Door Systems LLC and declaring an emergency. And I have a motion for suspension by Spinks, second by Janudis. Clerk, call the roll, please.
Mezak,
Muted.
Now she's frozen.
Mezak,
There you go.
Yes.
Asbury,
Yes.
Cochi,
Yes.
Spinks,
Yes.
Janudis,
Yes.
Fluharty.
Vic,
You're
you're
muted.
Vic, you're muted. Vic, muted.
Yes. It wouldn't work.
And did I do the third?
No,
What?
not yet.
Okay, motion for third and final by Janudis, second by Asbury. Mike, if you want to handle that.
Yep, this is, we passed this ordinance last year, and this was utilizing funds to make improvements to the entranceway, doors, glass entranceway to the east entrance, I believe, at the community center. At the time, the company that we went with, a lot of the material, especially the glass, was back ordered until March. Being that we had already opened up a PO, we closed that out last year. We're basically redoing the same ordinance to allow us to go forward and pay the company that's doing the work.
Okay, questions? Clerk, call the roll, please.
Mezak,
Yes.
Asbury,
Yes.
Cochi,
Yes.
Spinks,
Yes.
Janudis,
Yes.
Fluharty.
Yes.
Okay, ordinance number 9882-21, an ordinance amending ordinance number 9873-21, authorizing and directing the city manager to enter a contract with Trojan UV for maintenance and inventory to the ultraviolet disinfection system and declaring an emergency. Can I have a motion for suspension, please? By Mezak, second by Janutus. Clerk, call the rolls.
Mezak,
Yes.
Asbury,
Yes.
Cochi,
Yes.
Spinks,
yes,
Janutus,
Yes.
Fluharty.
yes,
Motion for third and final by Asbury, second by Janutus. Mike,
This is an ordinance to, obviously it's parts needed for our UV system down at the wastewater plant. We make these repairs in-house to the system. Obviously, once we obtain the equipment needed. We had previously passed this with Peloton, who was the lowest of the two quotes. Peloton works directly with Trojan UV as their supplier. That's who the bill would come from. So to make sure everything was clean as far as the ordinance, we just wanted to reflect that in this piece of documentation, as John mentioned, and we spoke about in the work session.
thank you. Clerk, call the roll, please.
Mezak,
Yes.
Asbury,
Yes.
Cochi,
Yes.
Spinks,
yes,
Janutus,
Yes.
Fluharty.
yes,
Ordinance number 9883-21. An ordinance amending ordinance number 9827-20, making additional appropriations for current expenditures of the city of Bedford, Ohio during the year 2021 and declaring an emergency. A motion for suspension by Janutus, second by Spinks. Clerk, call the roll, please.
Mezak,
Yes.
Asbury,
Yes.
Cochi,
Yes.
Spinks,
yes,
Janutus,
Yes.
Fluharty.
yes,
Motion for third and final. Mezak, second by Janutus.
I'll take
Frank,
this one. Yeah, this is our update ordinance that we do from time to time. We had 3 purchases of copiers this year. A couple of them that we were donated didn't work, and our old one in the tax department just gave up after 10 years. So we had to replace those, and we're budgeting for a replacement of those. We also have the CDBG supplemental grant where we're getting the downtown area grant for $50,000. Part of that is also a bandwidth increase that we're going to be doing on the square. That's an extra $6,796, which we'll be taking out of the ARPA funds. I noticed also we had that for the Ellenwood doors too. And we also have the SEAL confiscated funds, 2 other grants with the radio acquisition and the OCD ETF, and our fires US&R task force, as well as we had some items in our capital improvements funds for the storm sewer that we talked about earlier. And finally, a correction entry from the original appropriation of this year, moving money from water to sewer and changing the figures to match the correct numbers. So ask council to approve that this evening, please.
thank you. Questions? Clerk, call the roll, please.
Mezak,
Yes.
Asbury,
Yes.
Cochi,
Yes.
Spinks,
yes,
Janutus,
Yes.
Fluharty.
yes,
Resolution number 2566-21, a resolution approving an update to the City of Bedford debt management policy and debt disclosure policy and declaring an emergency. Can I have a motion for suspension? By Asbury, second by Fluharty. Clerk, call the roll, please.
Mezak,
Yes.
Asbury,
Yes.
Cochi,
Yes.
Spinks,
yes,
Janutus,
Yes.
Fluharty.
yes,
Motion for third and final by Mezak, second by Janutus.
Again, I'll comment on this as
Yep.
quick as I can. We have 2 actual policies here, one being a debt management policy, which describes what type of debt we're doing, how we're doing it, when we're doing it, when to issue it, gives a listing and a guide as to how we go about doing our debt and the reserves and the calculations around that in more detail. We also have with this resolution, debt disclosure policy, and that's what this is all about, disclosing how behind the scenes we're dealing with the rating agencies and so forth in regards to investors, and disclosing that information to the investors through the SEC requirements, the MSRB, the ruling board, and the EMA system, which is the electronic system that we utilize for uploading our financial reports, our disclosures, and our annual reporting updates and supplemental information that we utilize and work with our bond counsel on that. It also goes to all the rating analysts, all this information, and the investors in regards to giving a little more details about what's going on with the city, any major developments, and giving proper disclosures in line with all the federal regulations. So I ask council to approve the resolution this evening in line with what we're trying to accomplish there.
Thank you. Clerk, call the roll, please.
Mezak,
Yes.
Asbury,
Yes.
Cochi,
Yes.
Spinks,
Yes.
Janudis,
Yes.
Fluharty.
Yes.
Thank you.
And council, we have the next four are motions concerning the planning commission's decisions. Just a reminder that if you vote yes, you agree with the planning commission. You vote no, you disagree with the planning commission. The first H, motion to approve the planning commission's decision to accept the conditional use approval to Matthew Benovitz, engineer with R.E. Warner and Associates, 25777 Detroit Road, Suite 200, Westlake, Ohio, representing Chemtron Corporation, 7013 Crick Road, Bedford, is proposing an exterior alteration adding to the existing structure located at 7013 Crick Road. And the planning commission voted to approve this. Can I have a motion for acceptance? By Spinks, second by Fluharty. Clerk, call the roll, please.
Mezak,
Yes.
Asbury,
Yes.
Cochi,
Yes.
Spinks,
Yes.
Janudis,
Yes.
Fluharty.
Yes.
Motion to approve the planning commission's decision to deny a conditional use approval to Asia Love, 5333 Northfield Road, Suite 100, Bedford Heights, Ohio, is requesting a conditional use approval to use the existing tenant space located at 633 Broadway Avenue, Bedford, to provide makeup and skin care services to clients, 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. Tuesday to Saturday. And the planning commission voted to deny the use. The clerk, call the roll, please.
Do we have a first and a second?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, motion.
That's okay.
Can I have a motion to agree with the planning commission's decision to deny? By Mezak, second by Spinks. Again, yes, you agree with the planning commission. No, you disagree with the planning commission. Clerk, call the roll, please.
Mezak,
Yes.
Asbury,
Yes.
Cochi,
Yes.
Spinks,
Yes.
Janudis,
No.
Fluharty.
Yes.
J, a motion to approve the planning commission's decision to accept a conditional use approval to Mr. Leon Sampat, 22082 Lorraine Road, Fairview Park, Ohio, representing Damian Williams, 650 Broadway Avenue. Is requesting other similar business, service, or professional establishment use approval to use the existing building structure located at 650 Broadway Avenue, Bedford, Ohio, formerly used as an attorney's office, to open a cigar store. The operation would be to purchase cigars with seating to enjoy your purchase if you don't want to smoke it at home. Open 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. 7 days a week. And again, I remind you, a vote yes, you agree with the Planning Commission to accept it. No, you disagree with the Planning Commission decision. The clerk, call the roll, please.
We have a first and a second.
I'm jumping. I have a motion to agree with the decision of the Planning Commission by Mezak, second by Asbury. Clerk, call the roll.
Mezak,
Yes.
Asbury,
Yes.
Cochi,
Yes.
Spinks,
Yes.
Janudis,
Yes.
Fluharty,
Yes.
Okay. A motion to approve the Planning Commission's decision to accept a conditional use approval to H. David Howe, Architect, 3799 South Green Road, Beechwood, representing Marek Blazewski, 50 Broadway Avenue, Bedford, Ohio. Mr. Howe is proposing to remove the flat roof system, extend the exterior walls up 24 inches, a 3-course CMU, and install a new 412 slope roof system. Can I have a motion to agree with the Planning Commission by Fluharty, second by Janudis? Now, again, if you agree with their decision to accept, vote yes. If you disagree with the Planning Commission, vote no. Clerk, call the roll, please.
Mezak,
Yes.
Asbury,
Yes.
Cochi,
Yes.
Spinks,
Yes.
Janudis,
Yes.
Fluharty,
Yes.
Vic, did you hand your hand up for something?
No, I'm sorry.
Okay. And to go back to the beginning where we should have voted to excuse Councilman Saunders, can I have a motion to excuse him by Mezak, second by Janudis? Clerk, call the roll, please.
Mezak,
Yes.
Asbury,
Yes.
Cochi,
Yes.
Spinks,
Yes.
Janudis,
Yes.
Fluharty.
Yes.
And again, a reminder, council, that after the meeting, we have to stay here for executive session. Now we come to that point, hearing of citizens. If you wish to speak, because we have some people online here, please state your name, address, and your comment. If you are commenting online, go to citymanager@bedfordoh.gov. citymanager@bedfordoh.gov.
Yes, I would like to speak.
Ms. Love.
Yes, Alicia Love, and address is 5333 Northfield Road, Suite 100, Bedford Heights, Ohio, 44146. I'd like to speak on the face masters. Exactly, I just don't understand why would that be, I guess, denied. We never got a chance to speak on exactly what it is to anyone, and I thought that's what this particular council meeting was about, or we would get the opportunity to at least do that.
Well, our process is to vote on these and then we can have discussion. The reason it was turned down because you did not show up for the hearing Planning Commission had some questions that they needed answered, and so in that point, we needed them answered too, so that was.
And that's, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I said that was the main reason, because you did not show for the meeting. So the questions weren't answered. You do have recourse to file again, if you so wish.
Yes, we will, but we, unfortunately, we were in an emergency. We had an emergency surgery. So we were out of town at the time for that meeting, and we did try to reschedule it. Even with this meeting, we got like 4 different times. You know, we got it was 6 o'clock, and I have the emails, 7 o'clock and then 8. We just figured it was 8, so we just kept going on. But we definitely would like to reapply, because it's a simple business that would enhance the area for sure. And I think that maybe if the questions were answered, or we could at least be able to explain exactly what the services are for, I think it would be something that you all would not disagree to, because it would simply just be wonderful in that area.
Yeah, and we are not against business. That's one thing.
Yeah.
It was just a matter that unfortunately not you, and I'm sorry to hear you had an emergency situation at which.
Yeah, thank
Walton,
you.
that's why you have recourse to reapply and go back to planning and have that discussion with them. As
Wonderful.
We certainly want businesses in town.
I would hope so.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, and that's what it is. It had nothing to do with the business itself, other than planning had some some questions that they didn't get answered, so we didn't quite have an ability to know what they were asking. So.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Well, we'll do just that. We'll just reapply.
Okay.
Thank you for your
that'd be fine.
time. Thanks.
Sure.
Thanks for speaking with me.
Sorry for making you wait all night, but
No, that's
unfortunately,
okay.
thank you for hanging in there.
It's part of the business. No problem. Thank you.
All right. And anyone else on screen or any comments, Mike, online?
I'm refreshing. One sec. I had a comment. I don't know if it was meant for the council meeting, but I will share it from Jeff Duber. He just indicated he's been standing in the same general area at Public Square for Memorial Day ceremony. He just wanted to pass along that the speaker system quality this year was better than it has ever been. His opinion was shared by others, and they appreciated it. I did mention, and I had responded to Jeff, and I'll pass it along here as well. Obviously, it's more of a challenge at the cemetery, given the noise from Northfield Road and that traffic. We had a couple different systems, and we let the organization choose which one they wanted to use. But we are looking at more of a permanent fix to that. So I'm hopeful that we'll have that addressed once and for all at the cemetery. But I appreciated the kind words from Mr. Duber. I know Rotary definitely helped with the sound system and definitely improved that at the Public Square. And it turned out great. And kudos to the staff and Rotary and everybody that attended.
Yeah, and I've heard that from a few people also, that they, and conversely at the cemetery, it was difficult to hear. And if we could look into a system, maybe has a couple of auxiliary speakers that could be placed out farther, whatever. You guys, you know what to do. You'll look into that. Any other comment?
I'm just refreshing it now. There are no other questions or comments, and I did want to just mention one thing. I wanted to thank Jim and the staff with our company that streams. They did a great job filming. They filmed in 4 different locations during Memorial Day. They edited that video and it's been posted to our YouTube channel. So if you get a chance, visit our YouTube channel, subscribe if you're a visitor. Really came out good. And Jim, thanks for doing that. And thanks for everybody for participating in that this year.
Yeah, good job. Good job. Any comments from anyone else here or online? All right. If not, then I will entertain a motion to adjourn by Spinks, second by Fluharty. Clerk, call the roll, please.
Mezak,
Yes.
Asbury,
Yes.
One
Cochi,
second, Mayor, we're going into executive session.
Yes, we will. Yes, we are. Well,
I would make a
After
motion to
this,
go
yeah.
into executive session then.
oh, before adjourning?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
But
Well,
for
let's-
the public, you know, you can
Yeah,
tell them.
yeah. Well, thank you, John. I was just gonna redo it, but I guess it would be kind of silly if nobody's here listening. We can go back into a motion to go to executive session. We'll take a 5-minute break and motion by Spinks, second by Janutus. Clerk, call the roll, please.
Mezak,
Yes.
Asbury,
Yes.
Cochi,
Yes.
Spinks,
Yes.
Janutus,
Yes.
Fluharty.
Yes.
Okay.